So just a quick note, this isn't a recipe video, it is a presentation video I did for VegFest. So if you're interested in a recipe video, there are lots to choose from on my channel. So just move along and you don't have to watch this one. I'm gonna get comfy. I've decided to let go of some ego and put this video on my channel. It's my first official presentation and it's my first time ever using PowerPoint. I have to say thank you to Rhonda for helping set that up. A professor at Trent University, no doubt, helped me. So thank you, Rhonda. Keep this in mind that it's something I'm very passionate about and would like to get a lot better at being a presenter and speaking, and so go easy on me. The other thing, please keep in mind, I just took my little camera and set up a lav mic. So don't let the audio and the video get in the way of the message, because it is important. So I really hope it doesn't get in the way. Anyway, I think that's it. Just let me check my notes to make sure. Oh, check this out, look. That's our Canadian geese right now, and they are, you know, doing their thing and gonna fly down to America. Up they go. They just got here. Okay, so that's it. Enjoy, just listen to the message. That's all I can say, because it's important, and I will see you in my next video. Got some fun things coming up, so subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss a video.
I'm very pleased to introduce Sharon Joy Guile.
Yes, like rhymes with smile.
Who she's done all sorts of things. She comes from Brampton, and she's got a degree in music from University in Dallas. She's been to Trent University on their creative writing course. She has a certificate or something in confectionery arts. She's owned a health food business in Lakefield, and she, perhaps most important of all, she is a featured writer in the Peterborough Examiner.
I was, yes.
Was.
Correct.
She's currently developing her blog on vegan cooking and is working on a cookbook. Correct.
Boy, that girl sounds really interesting.
I know.
Yeah. I think I want to meet her. So why is it so hard to do the little things that will improve your life? So many times don't we go to bed and we say, tomorrow I am going to make health a priority. I'm going to pay attention to everything I eat. I'm going to cut out processed food. I'm going to organize the entire house and be a new and improved me. We all do that? I can't do that. It's too dinging. I'm going to talk really loud, okay? That's not going to work. All right. So I'm going to begin with the vegan side of the coin. And what I mean by that is we're going to talk about just all the great things about being a vegan that a lot of us already know. And right now, I'm sure that you'll all agree that we are overfed and undernourished. That is definitely a problem right now. We have access to so much food, yet we're not any healthier. Sometimes some people need a hook in order to take on eating better or whole food plant-based lifestyle. And your hook might be to have fewer pills, maybe that's it, or it's managing high blood pressure or diabetes for some people, or it's a reduced risk of cancer. And I've noticed lately, like if you look at all the products we have in the grocery aisle, I mean, I used to own a gourmet fruit and vegetable store, so thank you. And the funny thing is, if you noticed in the 60s, the amount of products that we had available to choose from, it's dramatically changed to what it is today. We have just, it's mind-blowing how many things that we have to choose from today. And like I was saying earlier, we're not any healthier for it. We're sicker, actually. I mean, have you ever looked at the shampoo aisle? It's ridiculous. Have you ever really stood and looked at it? The choices in the shampoo. It's just got to wash and condition your hair. I'm going to do it. Click. So for some people, it's the environment. That is incredibly important to them, and it should be. And I don't know if anybody knows this, so I'm going to say it. You can take every bus, ship, plane, train, automobile. You can take all the factories, put them all together. And the award that goes to the most methane being distributed into our atmosphere goes to our meatballs. I know not everybody knows that, but hopefully some of us do. So factory farming, right? Now we're going to move on to the minimalist side of the coin. Have you thought about how often you check your phone? Is it 30, 40, 50 times a day? Research suggests that whatever number you just thought of in your head, it is double. That is because it's habitual and automatic. You have no awareness of doing it. An article in the Huffington Post said young adults spend 5 hours a day on their phone. That is 5 times an hour every waking hour. Media Kicks finds that 2 hours a day is spent just on social media. And ComScore's 2017 Focus Report states that the average American 18 plus spends 3 hours a day on their phone. That is 86 hours a month. That's a part-time job. 86 hours a month. The number one alarm clock is a phone, to which I say, maybe it's time to wake up. A little more laughter. I worked on that line. So I was listening to the CBC a week ago along these lines, and the male and female host of the show were talking about, he was saying how sick and tired he is of people bumping into him because they're on their phones. And the female host said, yeah, what I do now, she said, is I'm walking with my phone, I just pull over and then I text. I just found that funny, like a car, she just pulls over to text. It's the new way we do things. So the purpose of being a vegan and a minimalist happen when we flip the coin and experience the benefits. I assure you that it is not about deprivation. It is about liberation. Click. We forget to ask a fundamental question with each decision that crosses our path. Does this add value to my life? William Morris, a famous designer, says, have nothing in your houses that you don't know to be useful or find to be beautiful. The average Canadian household has 300,000 items in it. That tells me that what we want isn't actually what we wanted when we get it. So I need to repeat that. What we want isn't actually what we wanted when we get it. 300,000 items. To which makes the other fundamental question, can I park my car in the garage? How many can't? We can change that number by changing our choices. Every year, 665 million animals are killed for food in Canada, just Canada. We can change that number by changing our choices. The devil's in the details, that we like to say that, right? Or it's in the little things that matter. I think I had to click there. Yeah, there we go. And another one. Work in the PowerPoint. The little things that will change your life begin with the power of choice. Always, like we're always one choice away from a good relationship or a bad relationship, from gaining or losing weight, from having a job that brings us stress or one that inspires us. You can choose how you are going to age with what you put on your plate. That is so powerful. Every one of us can choose that, how we're going to age. You can choose to declutter and make deliberate choices regarding your consumption and realize that the more you do, the freer you become. That is powerful. For me, I'll just do one more. For me, becoming a vegan happened first, and then I adopted a minimalist lifestyle. I found that as I cleaned up my body nutritionally, I began to do the same with my surroundings. It just seemed a natural progression. It had almost like a domino effect in my life. My pantry was fine-tuned to support me nutritionally. I organized food into glass jars, learned how to do that, as we all probably do. I began to look at the kitchen items I had accumulated. I began to donate, give them away, or sell them. Basically, if an item brings me joy, relief, beauty, or inspiration, it shares my space. And then on the vegan side of things, if what I am eating supports my love of myself, the planet, and the animals that we share it with, it entered my body. The benefits of these two lifestyles is a less challenging environment. It gives way to a reduction in stress. Positively impacting the environment, creating a gentler footprint, but also a gentler hoofprint. That is why, for me, it isn't about being deprived. It's about feeling a lightness of being, mentally and physically. On a side note, I have also added daily prayer and meditation practice to my life because it's only natural that spirituality wants to come along for the ride as well. For me, it stuck its thumb out and wanted to hitch a ride, and I said, okay, come on too. But that's another presentation. We all are asking the same question. How can I have a more meaningful life? The benefits of choosing a vegan minimalist lifestyle are different for everyone. You can save 5 million liters of water per year. That's one person. You can stop contributing to the excess waste that fills our landfill sites due to our consumption-infected world. And there's many, many other things, but I'll stick to those two. But, you can save 5 million liters. You can, it's incredible, the power of one in this choice. What are the actions that you want to take? The little things that you can do? Retraining your brain. That's what I found worked the best for me. And by that I mean, you need to teach your brain to say, I don't need that. And an example of that is, you have a room full of roses, or you have one perfect rose on a table that Granddad made. Enjoying a meal without animal products, noticing that the steak you crave it's not the meat, it's not the steak you crave, it's the texture. But you can make that by making food that will meet that need. You can create that texture. We don't drive along in our car and look out in the field with the cows and start salivating and say, oh, and then get off the car and get out and hunt the animals down. We don't crave meat. We crave the texture. And again, that is, you can create meals that will satisfy that need. Too soon. Back one. Do you honestly need another set of wine glasses or a 5th set of yoga pants? That's okay. Before you buy a big ticket item, wait a week. I promise you a momentum will be created helping the lifestyle to be sustainable. I promise you that. Your palate changes. You come up with skills and it's important to you. You'll do it. When you raise your standards, the amazing thing is your brain will look for things you need to get you where you want to go. It will happen. Have you ever noticed, just for the women in the room, when you were pregnant, that you saw pregnant women everywhere? I don't have one for guys.
When you buy a car.
Oh, there you go. That's one for the guys. When you buy a car, and then, oh yes, and then, yes.
Yeah.
You see them everywhere, exactly. Have you ever been so busy all day that by the end of it, you weren't quite sure what you were doing, but you remember you were frustrated? You ever done that? Peace will enter your life as you looked after yourself inwardly and outwardly. It will enter your life. We must have compassion. Joy comes from peace of mind. The Dalai Lama. Have compassion for this. Thank you. Have compassion for this remarkable planet, for the animals and people that share it with us. I know it's a little hard when we say the people. There's some people we don't, but we have to. We have to be compassionate for people and animals. But most of all, please have compassion for yourself. If I'm not compassionate with myself, I cannot be for the animals, for other people, or for the planet. It's just not going to happen. So it starts here. Let go of what doesn't bring value or joy to your life. This next point is really important. So pay attention. Get off your phones. Anybody on their phone? Being a vegan minimalist doesn't mean you have entered into a radical lifestyle. There is nothing radical about consciously trying to live lightly on this planet. I hope to be quoted on that one day. Frame these lifestyles to suit your unique life. That is the key. What is the definition of being a vegan minimalist in your words? How do these lifestyles fit into your circumstances? Don't get bogged down by the rules. It's not like I'm not perfect. I'm not perfect with being a vegan or being a minimalist, or putting them together. I'm not perfect. It's not a one-size-fits-all lifestyle. Remember, it is about simplifying your life so you can gain time to do the little things. Greatness is achievable by each and every one of us. Make a change through your choice of what you consume, inwardly and outwardly. Look at your plate differently, look at your home differently, look at your life differently. Think about what you eat and what you eat on. Put changing the world on your plate. Thank you for listening. So now I'd like to say thank you so much for spending time with me today and being on this journey with me. I'm doing the very best I can and getting just lots of experience and trying to get better at it so that I can serve you better and help you just have a more meaningful life. So I'm going to continue to swing on my hammock, and I hope you're enjoying a beautiful day wherever you are. Go out and bring some joy to the world. And I'm going to go now. Ciao.